All right, once again, we're back here on a Saturday night. Where else? Lincoln Speedway. In the pit area walking around. We met up with Brandon Rahmer. And Brandon, first of all, boy, it's great to be back at the racetrack.
Yeah, no, it's great to be back. Look forward to every weekend coming to Lincoln.
Now, I got to ask you, you run Lincoln in your family car, or your car, however you want to say it, but you were doing some racing for John Westbrook in the 1W car. Got a little bit of track time in a different track, different cars. What came out of that? Do you feel you gained any experience, or explain that situation if you would?
Yeah, I mean, John approached me over the winter and stuff to drive the car, and I appreciated the opportunity it gave for me. You know, it sucks it didn't work out, but I mean, it is what it is. But really, I'm just trying to branch out, try to get to the Grove more. You know, one night racers and stuff, which seem to be more the way guys run it nowadays. But I'd like to be a 2-night racer and, you know, be quicker on the wheel, reaction time as quick as it can be for guys that are running 80 to 90 shows a year, to try to be competitive with them. And, you know, to do that is to get laps. And whether it's good or bad laps, you know, you're still getting laps.
Absolutely. Now, you say it's too bad it didn't work out, and obviously it is, but there's a lot of those situations that you don't know until you get into them how it's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way things work. I mean, if things are clicking good, things will go good. If not, they sometimes get progressively worse. I've seen it with my dad a lot, you know, and it's part of it. You know, sometimes it's better to move on than prolong the inevitable, you know.
It's still, you know what? We're still talking people. It's still people and personalities, and sometimes they work better than other times.
Yeah, they do. And like I said, I appreciate everything John did for me and stuff. You know, it's cool to get back to Williams Grove. I love racing Williams Grove. You know, it's just a track with so much history, and, you know, growing up there, just like coming to Lincoln every week.
Right.
You know, it's just something I always wanted to go do and, you know, get some laps and hopefully get a win there. I got a couple seconds, but, you know, obviously a win would be a lot better.
Absolutely. Now, you never know what's around the next corner in life, for sure. So there could be opportunities down the road.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just, you know, with this deal here, you know, my dad gives me a good car running Saturdays, and if I can find something over the winter, or if I can scrounge some money up to try, you know, sponsorship to get things going for my Friday night program, I'll do it. If not, I'll always come back to Lincoln.
How about your Chop Designs business? It seems like we're seeing more and more of those T-shirts and the logo. It looks like it's going very, very well.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, race cars got me into it with lettering and stuff, but I do a lot of fire vehicles, full vehicle wraps. It seems to be growing. I mean, it was nice now that the calls come in to me to want my work versus, you know, me going out and search for them, but it grows every year. The only thing now is, do I want to stay a one-man operation, or do I want to grow it more? So
you're at that point where we either stay where we're at, or we have to grow to continue to, or shouldn't say grow to continue to grow, but expand to continue to grow.
Yeah, you know, I keep getting more and more work, and more people call. I love doing it. It's always different. I'm either wrapping a boat for somebody, doing a police vehicle, getting around. You know, it beats doing a desk job, but you know, it's my living and stuff, you know, and it's good that it's going, good work travels better than bad work, so I seem to be doing good work, so things are going better.
Absolutely. Is this something that you, when did you think you'd like to get into that? Is that something are you an artist by trade, or in your heart, or how did you get involved with the wraps and everything on the vehicles you do?
Pretty much I just started doing my own car when me and Freddie were running speedsters. Then I started doing my dad's, and actually Alan Crimes and Jimmy Siegel were the first persons that I actually lettered in the sprint car world. But no, it just started growing. I was going to college for business marketing, and it paid for my college when I was going to school, and then it started paying for my expenses, and, you know, I decided I could make a living out of it, and it sure beats, you know, working for somebody else.
Absolutely. Of course, the business marketing education comes into play as well.
Yeah, it does. You know, it was good. You know, if it's more of a backup plan if things didn't go well, but things are going well. So if I do everything right and not have to call anybody boss, you know, except for me, you know, things will be good.
Is that good or bad when you're the boss? You have the perks, but you also have all the responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a double-edged sword. I mean, if I'm away here, there's nothing making me money at home,
right,
which I got to start to, like I said, either get bigger and work, or, you know, do something to benefit it.
You've talked a bit about your future hopes, dreams for the racing world as well as your business. Where else does Brandon Rahmer want to go in life?
It's kind of hard to say at the moment right now. I'd like to move a little bit closer out this way, maybe halfway, so it's not a 2.5-hour drive. But, I see myself hopefully, being a bigger factor in the sprint car world. I think this year we've been a lot more competitive all throughout the night. We just need to put a whole night together and, seal the deal. But, I want to grow my business. I want to be involved in sprint car racing, whether that's racing or not. But, we'll see. I'm going to take it 1 year at a time. Things always change, and hopefully it's for the better.
You mentioned the fact you've been more competitive this season. I think without a doubt. I realize you've not been able to get to victory lane yet this year, but you guys have been solid, more so than I think week in and week out than in the past.
Yeah, we've been always consistently a top 10 car here, but we've been getting a lot more top fives. We've been time trialing really good every time here. And honestly, early on in the night is usually when I struggled when it came to heat races, but we've been passing cars coming up through mid-pack all the time. So, I don't want to jinx myself, but, we've been doing a lot better and being consistent throughout the night a lot better.
Is that Brandon Rahmer getting more seat time? Is that a difference in equipment, a difference in setups, figuring things out? Where do you think the difference is this year?
I think I've gotten more comfortable with the car when it comes to our shock setup and everything, but I think, honestly, I'm just making better decisions. It's not a guessing game where I need to be on the track. You can pretty much go out there for a lap and you can move around and, see where you need to be, and then you can keep going forward.
Setups on the car, are you primarily responsible for that, or does your dad help you with that? Does Freddie help you with that? I know you've got a great bunch of guys helping you as well.
Yeah, I got a good set of guys that help me. Most of the time it's me and John, and John's been helping me for the last couple years here, and now we're starting to get a good baseline for where we need to be for depending on what the track's doing throughout the night. And honestly, like I said, just driving better and getting a real feel for how the car should handle for the circumstances of what's going on in the night helps a lot, because it's so much better when you actually go out and run the car the way it should versus screwing up and making mistakes. Absolutely.
Track conditions changing. That's something that everybody deals with, but it's really difficult to get a handle on that.
It is, and it made it harder now that the track's usually a little dirtier as the night progresses. It doesn't clean off like it should, so we had to change our program around. But it's just part of it. It's part of the challenge of racing. Everything always changes, whether it's the cars or the racetrack. So whether you go here, Williams Grove, Lincoln, Susky, you got to be adaptable and you got to be good to hopefully finish off the night and win.
You mentioned that now that the track doesn't clear off like it should or used to or whatever, what has changed there? Is it track preparation? Is it the weather conditions? What creates that situation?
Obviously, like throughout the year, the tracks change depending on how much humidity and how much weather we're having for rain. But it's just hard. Like if it's dirty and stuff, you're not going to get as much grip. So you got to move around in order to find that grip. But it's just trying to, just to adapt to it, to be different. We had to change the car setups of what we were doing. A couple years ago, that would just be, put in this and it's going to be fast. But now you can't. You don't want to get the car. You got to keep the car more balanced in order to adjust. But it's just different. Like I said, it's the things that were working for us 5-6 years ago with Stevie or Freddie. You had to adapt to survive. It's either you keep doing the same thing every week or, try to learn and get better.
Well, you certainly are doing that, that's for sure. A couple of weeks ago here at Lincoln, there was a race one Saturday night, and you were running, I believe, in the third, fourth position, and all of a sudden you were shuffled back a couple of spots, and you came charging back up through again. It was like a 4-car battle for that fourth position, which I believe you ended up grabbing at the end of at the checkered flag.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it, but like I said, we've been getting better, and like even just racing with Freddie, knowing, racing hard with him and stuff. I consider ourselves more of a factor this year than what we've been. Like, usually you have a good couple runs, but, now I feel like I'm probably, top 5 cars here to, be fast and, be consistent.
Absolutely. I would have to agree with that. Sibling rivalry, is that a situation, or is it just, is he another driver or you another driver to him? How does that work out?
I mean, there's some rivalry and stuff. Obviously, I want to beat him, but end of the day, we're teammates. So at least for right now, I don't know what next year holds, but I don't hold no resentment. If he passes me, there's a reason why I needed to get past. So,
Right.
But if I do my job and keep it going forward and stuff, he shouldn't pass me. But yeah, it is what it is. Me and Freddie are in two different circumstances. He runs 2-3 nights a week. I usually am stuck with one, and it's the learning curve there for me to get to where I need to be compared to him was obviously it took me a little longer and stuff, and I'm still not as where I should be, I think, in my head, but we're getting there slowly.
It certainly does take a long time. This isn't something you learn overnight. You can't open a book, you can't look at a video and learn what needs to be done. This is just I guess by the seat of your pants.
Yeah, it is. I mean, everything you do, like, you can overthink one thing, it'll screw you up for the whole night. But I watch videos. I try to do everything that I can to make sure that I'm in a position to, advance throughout the night. Sometimes you do it. Like last week, we were starting fourth in the heat race, and I did good on the first start. Second start, I didn't do my job, and then we're out of the redraw. So we didn't have a good chance to get the win. So.
Now, another question I have is, of course, you growing up with your father being, let's face it, a superstar in this sport, without any doubt. Whether you're a Fred Rahmer fan or not, he was just one of the best that's ever sat in a car. Were you interested in driving, watching him? Did you watch him and think, I can do this? Or did you watch him and think, how does he do that? What do I have to do to be able to do that?
Yeah, I mean, like for me and stuff, I actually, when I was younger, played football in the Williams Grove and stuff and wasn't too invested until probably once we started running speedsters. But, it's for me and stuff, I always enjoyed watching my dad, going to the races, watching him be exceptional throughout the night and, get a lot of wins and everything was just normal to me. I honestly, the pressure never really set in until you actually strap into the seat. So, obviously then, people come up, is there a lot of pressure? Is there a lot of pressure? I mean, I put a lot of pressure on myself, but, it is what it is. End of the day, that stuff can hurt you more than help you when you think about it.
Exactly right. Now, like you say, the pressure, you put the pressure on yourself, I guess just like every other driver in the pit area does. Everybody wants to go out and do the best they can that night.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I'll beat myself up through the week if I make a mistake. And there's no excuse for it other than just, missing it. But, you're going to have those nights. I just, like I said, if I do good and I know what I'm capable of. So if I do good and stuff, everything should come through.
Well, those mistakes are what we learn from, that's for sure. And it makes us a better person, in your case, a better driver, maybe better at telling the guys what you need on the car. But it sounds like everything's going in a positive direction. You've got to be happy with your performance this year. Like you say, it's improved. Your business, now you've got a decision, do I expand this business? And if you expand it, will that take time away from the race car?
Yeah, it will, but end of the day, I'll make time to make it work.
There's always time to make the car, make for the racing deal.
There is, yeah. I don't care how many hours and stuff. If I can do it, I'll work.
Well, we certainly can see that. Your work ethic is certainly one to be admired, and a great job you do with the number 88 car. Looking forward to tonight's competition. Looking forward to you here at Lincoln Speedway a long, long time. I know I know there's that people talk, well, it's Brandon, it's Freddie, it's this, it's that. But when it comes down to it, it's just you, your car, your team doing the best you can.
Yeah, exactly. And end of the day and stuff, things have been working out better for us. So I'm excited to see where we can be in next couple races here and hopefully finish one off.
Well, we're certainly excited for you as well, and always good to see you here. Always great to see you in the pit area. I know there's nights where you don't feel like smiling, but you're one of those guys that can put on a smile, whether it's genuine or not. We don't really know, but this is a tough sport.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, it can get the best of you at times, but it's the most rewarding thing and the most sacrifices you're ever going to make. But end of the day, it's I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
If it was easy, we'd all be doing it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Well, Brandon, again, great to have you here at Lincoln Speedway. Good luck tonight. Good luck all year. Good luck in the future of your future of sprint car racing, and certainly good luck with Chop Designs. You do a great job. There's a lot of cars here with your handiwork on, and like you said, a lot of other vehicles as well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Brandon Rahmer in this good-looking number 88 Guess who designed it? Guess who put the wrap on it? Brandon himself did. Chop Designs, Brandon Rahmer, what a combination.